Hello everyone, welcome to Lakshaya's Learning Launch. Today we're going to talk about our teeth, the human dentition formula for an adult, homodont and heterodont, which is more advantageous, and the parts of our tooth, mainly of a premolar tooth, which is the same for molars. So let's get started. So first of all, let's talk about the dentition formula, in which we talk about the upper jaw by the lower jaw. It is divided by the division line that we use in fractions. So we have 4 incisors, 2 canines, 4 premolars and 6 molars upon 4 incisors, 2 canines, 4 premolars and 6 molars. So all these numbers are divisible by 2. So we divide them by 2 and we say 2 incisors, 1 canine, 2 premolars and 3 molars by 2 incisors, 1 canine, 2 premolars and 3 molars. So we simplify it because we're writing it in a ratio form, and when you're writing it in ratio form, your numbers must always be simplified. So when we simplify it, we basically have half of our upper jaw and half of our lower jaw as the part of the dentition formula. Now let's go to our next part, homodont and heterodont. Homodont is when the gum or the jawbone of an animal has the same kind of teeth all over. For example, all canines or all incisors or all molars. And frogs and fishes are 2 examples which have homodont jaws. Now what is heterodont? As suggested by the name, like homogeneous and heterogeneous, heterodont is when the gum of an animal has different type of teeth. For example, humans. Now we have molars, premolars, canines and incisors in our gum. So that makes us a heterodont gum setting. Which is more advantageous? Any guesses? Then write them down in the comments and let's discuss about it. Heterodont is always much more advantageous than homodont. Why? For 2 purposes. One, for evolution, and second, for adaptation. If an animal has to live in a different setting where it needs to have different food items for its survival, then it needs to have a heterodont gum setting so that it can eat all kinds of items and thrive, or else it will only lead to extinction of that species. So this is one main reason why it is better to have heterodont gum setting rather than homodont. And the second is for evolution. You must always look for the new upcoming generation. Now let's talk about the different parts of our teeth. In our tooth, let's just take one premolar. So first on top we have the enamel, which is the hardest layer, and it is the first line of defense against tooth decay or cavity. Next, we have the dentine, which is made up of all kinds of minerals in your body. Then third, lower we come into the pulp. This pulp has all the nerve endings. So when the cavity reaches the enamel, you get no pain. It reaches the dentine, no pain. But when it reaches the pulp is when you start feeling the pain. Why? Because it has all the nerve endings to sense that something is wrong and they send the pain signals. This is how it works. So until the cavity gets really deep into your tooth, you do not feel the pain. And then connecting the tooth to the jawbone. Now tooth is a bone. Connecting this bone to the jawbone, we have the ligament, also called the periodontal ligament. This is a special name given for it as it serves the purpose of connecting the tooth to the jawbone. Between the periodontal ligament and the bone, there is a small cement layer. So there is a socket in our gum into which the tooth fits in. So the cement layer makes it easy for the tooth to fit into that socket. And then we have the nerve terminals where they start and then they end into the pulp. This is all about tooth, and if you learned something new, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Lakshaya's Learning Launch. Thank you for watching and share your knowledge.